Now, I'm sure you've heard of a foster carer, but what about a kinship carer? This is someone who's looking after someone else's child on a full-time basis. Now, Stuart Black from Frimley Green and his wife Inter are doing this for 3 children of a friend who died in 2017.
Kinship care is when you're looking after children when their birth parents can't look after them, and you're normally either related to them or the children are known to you.
So could you tell us what happened then?
4 years ago, Gabby's mum was taken to hospital unconscious. Gabby's mum's partner called us and said, "Is it possible you could look after them, because I've got to go away for work?" So we said, sure. And so they came to stay with us. They were with us a couple of weeks, and tragically her mum suddenly became much more poorly, and she passed away. And then we were in the situation, I remember my partner and I sat in the garden, before we even told the 3 children what had happened. And we said, we don't really know what to do, but we know we've got to do something to make sure that they're kept safe. And then, we embarked upon a long journey, which took about 18 months, 11 court hearings, including 8 in the High Court. And we eventually became their special guardians, which is like one step down from adoption. And so, yeah, they're with us and they're safe and they're well and they're doing okay.
So it was a long process, as you said, and a difficult decision as well.
Yeah, an incredibly difficult decision. Someone had to do something to keep them safe, and there's no other, relatives, able to step forward and offer. And it was one of those, situations where we were, full of trepidation, but also absolutely clear that we had to do something.
And in terms of where it all stands now, so what actually is the legal position as such?
Well, we are their special guardians. We have a special guardianship order, which officially lasts until they reach their 18th birthdays, which means that we have overriding parental responsibility for them. So to all intents and purposes, they're our children. They keep their names, they keep their birth names. We're not allowed to take them out of the country for more than 3 months. But other than that, they're our children.
And I know we've got Gabby with us. Gabby, how old are you now?
I'm 9 now.
Okay. So how's it all been for you? How have Stuart and Inter been with you?
They've been very responsible for us, and they are very good parents. They look after us very well as well.
Okay. Well, listen, it's lovely to be talking to you as well, Gabby. I'm just going to talk to you again, Stuart, if that's okay, because there's another element to what we're talking about today, which is you're in training for a half marathon to raise money for an advice group on situations like this. Tell us what the charity does.
Yeah, Family Rights Group. They advise kinship carers in people who find themselves in our position, so they can get advice on what they need to do and get the support that they need. They're a national charity. They work right across England and Wales, and they have an advice line that people can call into and get very experienced legal advice. They've got lawyers and social workers on the end of the phone, and then give you frankly better advice than you get from most high street solicitors, because this is a very specialist area of law.
And I think we'll come back to the half marathon in just a moment. I just wanted to quickly sort of add to this as well that, this is a different situation for some, but it's also situations that can come up time and time again. And whilst obviously, you took some decisions, you had to take advice, it was a long process. It feels to me, certainly from the way that Gabby sounds, that this has been such the right thing to do for you as a family unit.
Yeah. Absolutely. It totally turned all our lives upside down in several different ways. But yeah, it does feel like it was absolutely the right thing to do, and we don't, whilst it was extremely challenging, we never had second thoughts for a moment.
Now, I know that it's the Royal Parks Half Marathon you're going to be doing in October. It's going to be raising money in aid of the family rights group that you've just been talking about. Is half marathon or marathons your sort of thing, or is this a bit of a one-off?
I have run in the past, but several years ago. Though that adage, it's easier to stay fit than to get fit, is very true, as I've been discovering. So I have done a half marathon in Fleet, 2017, I think it was, and I actually did a marathon in Bournemouth 6 months before that. So, but you know, I'm trying to get back to fitness. So people see me running around Frimley Green with a red face. That's what it's all about.
That's Stuart Black from Frimley Green. This is BBC Radio Surrey.